Alright boys, and welcome back to another amazing Rust building video. This time I'm coming at you boys with the rain, and it is the perfect quad-man Snowball base. The quality of life on this base is absolutely impeccable, and the defendability is awesome as well. The build is really simple, the starter is nice and clean. You boys are gonna love this one. However boys, before we jump on and start discussing this base, I think there's a few things that we need to address. Alright, so we had a little bit of a problem with the channel, and it all started from one suspicious looking email. Got offered a lovely little sponsor that was offering a nice bit of dollar, and I decided to download myself an exe file that they'd sent me. Of course that bad boy was a keylogger, and they went ahead and stole all of my passwords, including my YouTube channel. Once they kicked me off my own account, they changed my name to MicroStrategy Live. Very catchy title, and of course this was a Bitcoin scam, and they did a live stream on my channel, and hopefully none of you boys fell for that one, obviously. They then from there privated all of my videos, and none of you guys were able to get the base builds that you deserved, so I can only apologize for that. And then eventually my account was banned, obviously for breaking terms of service and live streaming a scam. All in all, pretty fucking stressful situation.
Now I'm panicking, I'm gonna lose my job.
However, we got it back, which is the main thing. Anyway, now we've got that out the way, let's jump on to the actual sponsor of let's jump on with the tour, boys. Alright, we started the tour off at a mini Satori disconnectable. I'm sure you boys know how this one works by now. Place the roof, it disconnects, and then you can build it back when the roof is gone. The base is symmetrical by 2, so we've got 2 of these external TCs on either side, and they each lead into a gatehouse, and this one is the dust version of that gatehouse. Nice angles outside, nice angles back inside the compound, and some drop boxes above with 2 turrets that cover the compound angles. Then we can head into our compound, and you'll see that we've got some more, it looks like gatehouses onto the opposite sides. It's actually respawn points where we can defend our compound from. Obviously it's just behind one door, and you can add in a couple of more to keep the lockers safe, but it's just a nice spawn point to look outside, and to check back inside your compound in case you've lost this area. It's always useful to have respawns, and beds are not too expensive to craft, so it's nice to have this around. This is one entrance of the base, however it does not lead into our starters, so I'll run all the way around and take you boys to the first entrance that you would make. Nice single door airlock, prevent you getting deeped on and all that stuff, and then we can head through to our starter. The starter base is nice and open, and it comes with a peek up onto the next floor. Plenty of space for all the deployables you need, the bags, the furnaces, the boxes, all of that. And then your TC is tucked away behind this armored door. We've gone for a door instead of a window, as it's just easier for progression, and you've always got those armored singles lying around. This is the peek up in action. It doesn't have amazing angles, but it covers your door, your pathway up from the front door. And we'll keep our tier 2 down here on our main tier 3 inside the open core. The base is completely symmetrical, so 2 peek ups and 2 entrances again. Heading back through, we can do the jump up that takes us into a little bit of a mobility chute. This leads to our battery and our vending machine where we can sell some things. Obviously these are drone accessible. Heading through the single door, we can see our jump ups and more peek ups. And finally we're inside the open core. The house is 30 boxes in total. At either end of the open core we've got a couple of bedrooms that come with 3 boxes as well. Great for storage, great for defense. Get some armored doors on here, and you can use the hatch as a defense mechanism as well. Plenty of space for your tier 3, it's not in the way at all, and I use the furnace as well just for symmetry. Have a deployable on either side. And that's that floor. If we head up again, it'll take us to our defendable floor where we've got our ramp peek downs. These are great. This is also the spot that you can use to battery up your turrets and add a gun inside of here. Turrets have got great angles, and of course you have great angles too from this floor. And there's peek ups to this section too. Next we can head out to shooting floor, and that takes us through the garage doors, and we can have some nice wide gap peek downs. They look all the way around the compound and also help us peek far out away from our base. The shooting floor is slightly segmented into 2 pieces. You can run through the 2 single door airlocks that also acts as a peek up onto the roof. Just make sure you don't lose everything at once, and the mobility is still fine. There's 2 of these on each side as well. Second half of the shooting floor is exactly the same angles onto the same pieces. Of course we have another entrance behind us and a Siren Light roof peek up as well. just in case you don't think the 2 towers are enough roof pickups. Heading up the ladder hatch takes us out onto our roof, nice and open on the roof, and there's plenty of angles that we can use to fight people from on top of here. 4 turrets cover the roof nicely, and we've got a cool little dance floor in the middle, which of course is essential to the base build. I've got 4 windmills here just for symmetry, but you guys can do less, or you could do more if you think you're going to need more. The window ramp sections are perfect for head glitching people that are far away. And then we've got roof slants that we can use to peek down and again shoot at people that are far away. Nice roof overall, plenty of space for minicopters and a scrap heli in the middle if you'd like. And there's no blind spots from your roof pickups or your turrets. Now that we've gotten that out the way, let's break down the cost of this base. First of all on screen is the total build cost, which is going to include everything you just saw on the tour. That's all the deployables, even the dance floor, all the extra things I added on. Second up is the box amounts. This is how many boxes of each material you're going to need to build the base. I like to do this section to make it easier to visualize what you need to build it. Lastly is the total upkeep, and we're going to spread that between 3 TCs. Keep that in mind that there are 2 outer TCs that don't have too much upkeep. The main one is going to house the most of it. Alright, let's start the build off with a 1x1 square with 2 triangles, one for our TC and one for our airlock. Make sure you lock your TC, it's important when you have multiple TCs on a base. And that's the starter base, pretty small, and that's what it costs to build it. Next we're going to expand it into the rest of the base, so build a hexagon off of here. And then each triangle gets a square. You can fill your triangles in between. Just like this. That's what we're looking like just now. Now you can throw down your single door. This will be your entrance to your base. Surround the rest of it in walls. Make sure you put the single door in the same place that I did. Just like that. Over this side is going to be a roof pickup. Make sure you build this, and we'll have the roof above it wooden, and it can be soft-sided out at any point. Just like that. Got another roof pickup across from the base diagonally over. And it's symmetrical, so it goes like this all the way up the base. Keep following that. Wooden floor again. Then we can build the spots for our loot rooms, and the triangles are just going to be walled in, we don't use them. Stick a locker at the front door, with a single door in front or a window, whatever you choose. And then you can do frames around your loot rooms. You can either do shelves, or you can just do half-height shelves as well. Just bring a half-height from outside if you'd like a half-height shelf in there. And then we can throw a ceiling on top of this. The jump up is inside the mobility chute, so the entire starter gets a ceiling. I might miss out some triangles, I have no idea why I did that, but just the whole ceiling gets upgraded, apart from your wooden triangles. Now we'll build an airlock, and we're going to do a square with 2 triangles on each side. For just now, we're going to focus on the middle square and the 2 triangles. Start off with 2 double doors as our airlock, and then a window beside our jump up, and a window in the middle. That's what the airlock looks like. We're going to bring half wall outside so we can use that to jump up. Just like that. Then you can go ahead and upgrade everything and stick a ceiling on top of this, and start on the second floor of the mobility chute. So we start off with a vending machine door. You can just put a door in this for just now if you don't have a vending machine. Then beside here, I like to put a battery in this triangle, and obviously a door for our jump up. Ceiling on top of everything, and a single door that leads into our second floor. Of course, your vending machine or a door, whatever you have at the time. Then we'll build the exact same thing again. I'm sure you boys already know how to build it, but I'll just show you it again. Exactly the same thing. And those are 2 mobility chutes done for just now. Now we'll move on to making the second floor look a little bit better. Don't forget these triangles, you can upgrade them as well, obviously. On the outside, we can do some more honeycombing, so just triangles everywhere that you can fit them. Just like that. 3 on each side. And you upgrade those and raise walls all the way around. I'm gonna use B grade because I'm lazy. Now that we've done that, we'll work on the second floor. The center hexagons can be raised up by a half height. Exactly how I've done. And then you can place floors on top of that. A couple of double doors at the sides and then floors on top. And then we'll wall in this floor as well. Walling in these triangles again, they're not in part of the loot rooms. And at the bottom of each loot room we're going to do a ramp. It's a lowered one and it will face in towards the hexagon. Add in a couple of walls here beside your airlock. And you can do a floor on top of your pickup and then build a pickup on top of that pickup. Of course, we have our jump up as well that you can also build. Wooden floor again, just soft set it out when you're ready and then you have a nice pickup that you can use. And you can fill in those triangles and repeat all of that over on this side as well. Then you can add some doors in front of your loot rooms, just like this, and some doors above as well that lead to our bedrooms. These are our bedrooms over here. They're at the far end of the open core, and they're going to be 1.5 high with a door in front. Another one over here. Of course, we've got 2 of them. And you can place a triangle in here as well for some boxes. Once you've got your triangle placed, I'll show you this how you get the box placement because it could be hard to figure out, but it's quite easy. And then you place your beds in there and you've got a box each inside the bedroom. Then you can fill in your honeycombing all the way around and upgrade all that. And then we're going to surround the 3rd floor in walls as well. We'll leave out the honeycombing for just now, just so we can close it up a little bit quicker. And of course upgrade everything too. On the outside we do frames in these points beside the airlock. Just like that, we don't need to fill that in. And then we can do the walls now as well on the outside. This will honeycomb our open core. Or the room floor. Get all that upgraded and add floors on top, just like how I'm doing. If you guys would prefer less honeycombing and you'd like the turret inside the ceiling between the ramps, you'll need to do half walls here instead of full walls. Then once you've made your decision, obviously add in half walls with a triangle on top or full walls with a triangle on top. Then we can add walls beside our roof pickups and mobility chute, and finally floors for our loot rooms. Then we'll slap a ceiling on top of the hexagon as well. And up above, for stability, we can add in some frames. Then we'll add in the triangles for our loot rooms, once everything's been upgraded obviously. And this is just how you get the triangles at the right height. We're actually placing a triangle inside the honeycombing behind this square right now. It's easy enough to place. That then allows you guys to place in your final triangle at the right height. Then we can build a roof peak up again on top of our roof peak up. Just follows all the way up. That's our last one though that's going to be there. And again our jump up. Again, soft set out these triangle floors whenever you're ready. And we'll make another one on the opposite side as well. And that's the third floor done. We've got everything we need to do there. Up top we're going to add in a couple of raised ramps. These are going to be our peak downs, and they do really need to be metal to get the best visibility from them. Then you can fill in the triangles, and of course either here you'd put in a turret if you want to or not. Then you can make a little airlock. This is where we'd exit our shooting floor from on those 3 triangle frames. And to the left of them we're going to have a roof peak up, and everywhere else can be walls. Above our bedrooms we obviously have a roof peak up, so we're going to add in 2 windows and 2 doors. The doors are going to face into the shooting floor, and the windows are going to face out the way and back in towards the base. Just like I've done there, and then everything here is going to get upgraded. Then we can build a little pathway through on the left hand side that will take us to our shooting floor, and of course we'll wall off the right, just like I'm doing here. And finally you can seal up your roof peak up, and we don't need to build one on top of this one. And we'll get all the door frames in, just around basically everywhere you can fit a door frame apart from the walls that I've placed. Don't forget to get a door in front of your jump up as well. And then that's all the frames you need. These are the little pathways that I'm just showing you here. That's how you get the shooting floor from your jump up. And of course there's 2 of them because the base is symmetrical by 2. Once you've gotten that, we'll slap a ceiling on top of this floor as well. And once this floor is secured, there's not much more we can do without doing our wide gaps. We'll stick a floor on top of that and we'll upgrade it. And your towers. And you can get a triangle floor on top of those frames as well. Just like I'm doing here. And then we're going to jump down from where we've just upgraded, and this is where we're going to wide gap from, right in the middle. And I'm doing it really slowly because some people have had trouble following it, so really slow wide gapping here. Sorry if you boys know what you're doing, but this is the 2 square method. And we did a little build out to make sure we could get it in the right position. So yeah, I've just kept it really slow. We're building back with triangles now, and then we're going to complete the shape that we need. This is the little build out we did, and then we line up nice with our wide gap. These 2 can get upgraded and the rest can get broken. And from there we're going to place in 2 squares and then 2 triangles on each side as well. Just like that. We need the triangle, we don't need the rest of the build out though. And then another triangle and square triangle. Again, square 2 triangle. Just like that. And those 2 will get upgraded, and so will those 2 over there. And that's the wide gap footprint, and we're going to obviously build that on the opposite side, exact same thing. Just in case you boys need to see it again, I'm leaving it in. I don't want to edit it out. I want to make sure everyone gets the wide gaps down right. So we're in the middle of the base again. We're doing the exact same build out, a little bit faster this time. And we're going to build back as well. And we're going to build back again, exact same way. And we should get the shape that we're looking for, that we have on the opposite side already. And then we'll dust off this side here as well, and that's the wide gaps finished. The two sets of wide gaps kind of meet in the middle, you'll see in front of the airlock. Obviously these wide gaps are going to be decaying, so let's get those connected to an external TC. That's the gatehouse I'm building just now, just right in front of our wide gaps pretty much. We'll have windows on one side, and then I will have the half wall, low wall with the roof peak up on the opposite side. Just like that. You can throw the roof on top. Obviously don't place the triangles yet until we get those roofs placed. Now I'm building out for our external TC. This is a Satori disconnectable. I'm sure you guys know how it works, but that's the build out for it. Only thing to remember is double half wall on the side facing your external TC. This is for stability so that we can make the frames drop. And then you can throw a window on that as well, obviously. Upgrade this one to wood, or don't upgrade it. You don't need it, just only need it when you're placing the roof. And then you can add your frames in. You want this all to be metal. Don't want your externals to be broken by 4 rockets. And then obviously you place the roof and it disconnects. Then you can slot these roofs in here. These are for the peak ups back into the compound. And once those are placed, you can get triangles on top. And we're going to do a layer of half walls, and this is for turrets. We can hide some turrets in here and some boxes on the square. A little bit different from the tour, the boxes are accessible from inside the compound now, makes them a lot safer. And this is how you would set up your gatehouse. Turrets, boxes. Now, once you've built one of those on the opposite side as well, we're going to come in front of the front door, and we're going to build the little bedroom thing as well. If you don't have a lot of mats, this isn't necessary, you don't have to build it, but I like to. So we do a window facing outside the compound, and then we'll do the roof peak up facing back inside the compound. And we'll set it up just like that. And build on top so we can place in our roofs. And once the roof is placed, then we can place a triangle on top. Just like that. A couple of doors in here and some lockers, and obviously your beds. And that'll complete this little section, and we can build 2 of them in total. And now we're going to place in our wide gap frames, obviously once you've built both of them on each side. Just frames all the way along the inside, as close to the base as you can, and of course we'll raise them up 3. Just like that. You'll need a ladder to upgrade some of this, but wouldn't worry too much. Those are all the frames. Of course I've done it on both sides already, and now we can get our floors down as well. And then we can upgrade those floors as well. Back up on the roof, we're going to place in these frames to make sure you guys don't forget and you don't accidentally place floors instead of the frames. So one side is going to be a roof peak up and one side will be a jump up. Just like that. The window's the one with the roof peak up, obviously. Now we can go around our shooting floor and go through the perimeter with the window frames and upgrade those as well. Just as I'm doing here. And then these are the necessary frames. You'll need them around your frames and on this section as well to cover up the gap slightly. That one there just covers the gap slightly. And those are all the frames we need, exactly the same on the side as well. Then we can throw a ceiling on top of our shooting floor, and we're just going to match exactly what's below. Of course, we're leaving out our frames, so we can reef peek up and so we can jump. Inside the little towers, we're also going to do frames, just makes it a lot harder for people to shoot back inside. Then we'll build our roof peek ups, and they get a turret pod inside there as well. You can see the half height section for a turret. Same on the opposite side as well. And the airlock is 2 windows and a double door. That's our roof exit, and of course there's 2 of them as well. Placing in the turrets, make sure you do your turret first in the center and as far forward as you can. Then you can get 3 triangle roofs to cover it up. Place those from underneath just like I did. On this triangle here, we're going to do square roof ramps. Make sure you're connecting these to the wide gaps and not to the center triangle. You can see I'm clipping them to the square and not the triangles. Like that. Then just copy the rest of the roof as I'm doing, with the ramps and the windows and triangle roofs and stuff like that. I'll give you a little shot of the roof. This is all the things you need to place. Then we'll obviously upgrade them, and we're going to add in 4 windmill towers. Of course, you can do 2 if you want. And if you copy the placement for the windmills that I'm doing just now, it should kind of snap in the middle. And you'll be able to break the floors that they sit on, and they'll just sit on the frames. Takes away the soft side, it looks a little bit cooler as well. Yes, it'll shave off a tiny bit of upkeep. Just like that. And you can see all these windows are floating. Very cool. And once you've done that, that completes the base design. Hopefully you boys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give me a like and drop me a comment down below. Remember to sub if you're sound, and check out the Discord if you need any help at all. Hope to see this base out there in some servers, because it's definitely a bang, and you guys are going to enjoy it if you do build it. Also boys, if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to let you know that we're giving away a Victoria AK in the Discord. It's worth like $50 or something like that, so if you guys want to jump in the Discord, react to the message and skin giveaway, and you boys have a good chance of winning. The last giveaway we did only had 150 entries, so it's really good odds. Might as well join and try, you could win. Remember to check out Bandicamp, use my link in the description, and check out code SPINKY. And I'll see you boys in the next one.